I'd like to welcome in now Fire Marshal with CAL FIRE, Daniel Berlant. Fire Marshal, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. I know you're certainly very busy. How concerned are you about this latest forecast of these red flag wind warnings now through noon tomorrow?
Yeah, we've been very concerned. In fact, as the wind event was initially predicted, we began pre-positioning additional fire resources. Obviously, we have a lot dedicated to the current wildfires in LA, but with help from many of our Western state partners and even states as far away as Florida, we have brought in a lot more fire resources, pre-positioning them in areas across Southern California in preparation for what could be some incredibly strong winds and critical fire weather. And so our concern right now is really twofold. Of course, the two active fires, we want to make sure that our containment lines hold, that we can hold those fires where they are while making still progress towards full containment. But with these weather conditions, if an ignition occurs, it's very likely that it's going to spread very quickly. And so our goal will be to attack it with everything we have on the ground and in the air and quickly work to extinguish it. So the weather right now is our main concern.
You know, and you mentioned the fact that the winds can make the fire spread so quickly. We saw what happened last week. How are these strong winds impacting the way crews are out there approaching the fight, particularly at this point in the battle?
You know, winds that we saw Tuesday night into Wednesday of last week when the two fires in LA area broke out, and the winds that we're potentially expecting to see later today, these are hurricane level winds, winds that are going to dramatically fan a fire and send the embers, sometimes half a mile to a mile, millions of embers raining down on homes and communities and anything in its path. And so it's a very difficult firefight for us. Again, we always have a strong initial attack, but under these type of conditions, we really want to make sure that our ground resources get on it quickly. One of our challenges, in addition, when the winds blow at this level, is it's very difficult, if not impossible, to effectively use our aircraft. When you have hurricane level winds, it's not only ineffective to use firefighting aircraft, meaning the water and the fire retardant dropped from those planes and helicopters never even makes it to the ground, but it's also unsafe. And so it makes it very challenging for us during the peak of those winds to really use our aircraft. And that's why the boots on the ground, the firefighters, the bulldozers, the water tenders, all of that are critical in a fight under these type of conditions.
You know, and Fire Marshal, as the winds shift, as we get these new warnings coming in, how important is it for people to be heeding the evacuation orders when they do come?
It is critical. We have been really working to message to all Southern California residents within the red flag warning. This is a warning issued by the National Weather Service. And as part of that, we want the public to remain on high alert. Be prepared now to evacuate. Charge up your cell phones. Make sure that you know what to take in case of an evacuation, so that if a fire does break out and our law enforcement partners call for an evacuation, we get residents quickly out. Remember, the first night of the Palisades fire, one of the challenges, how fast moving this fire was, it was all our firefighters could do to just ensure rescuing people, helping people evacuate, all while also trying to put out the fire as it was burning into neighbors and into communities. So with these red flag warnings, we're urging residents across Southern California to be prepared and to be ready to go.
You know, and Fire Marshal, you mentioned the fight from the air. We know that there were reports hundreds of thousands at this point of gallons of that flame retardant have been dropped by this firefighting aircraft. How critical is that piece of it when it comes to fighting the flames?
Yeah, our air operations are a critical component of our overall strategy. They are able to reach areas with significant amount of fire retardant. The plane that you're seeing here is one of our very large air tankers. It holds a lot of fire retardant that we drop ahead of the fire, allowing when the fire reaches it for us to slow it down so the ground resources can put it out. But our aircraft are able to reach inaccessible areas much faster than the ground resources. And so between the ground folks and our air support, they work in tandem in this firefight. And so as soon as the winds provide an opportunity under these type of conditions, we quickly dispatch those aircraft. Now today, we have over 50 aircraft, including 11 National Guard helicopters, the entire national military fleet of C-130s that can drop fire retardant, all on the ready, and they will quickly respond when a wildfire breaks out, again, assuming the winds allow it.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.